In class 11, today we are going to chapter 3, Private, Public and Global Enterprises. This is chapter number 3, Private, Public and Global Enterprises. But this year, the global enterprises will not be in your course according to CBSE guideline. So, private and public enterprises, today I am going to explain you. So, first of all, private enterprises. I taught you private enterprises in class in chapter 2. Am I audible? Rishiraj, am I audible? Yes. So in chapter 2, I explained you private organization, or we can say private enterprises. Private enterprises means sole proprietor, partnership, HUF, joint stock company and cooperative society. And then what is the meaning of public enterprises? See, the simple language I can give you, Bhavya Jain, on your video. Simple language for that is those organizations which are owned, controlled, managed, operated, financed sometimes by the government. These are known as public enterprises. Okay, so today I am going to explain you about public enterprises. See the slides. I am sure you will be able to understand then. See. Indian economy is divided in two sectors, public sector and private sector. Yes, public sector is divided in three parts. Note down please, three parts. Departmental undertakings means DU. Statutory corporation means SC. And government companies means GC. As in the chapter 2, I already explained you private sector. Private sector means sole proprietor, partnership, joint Hindu family, cooperative society and company. Yesterday I explained you that public, private and one-person company and multinational corporations. But in this chapter, see the chapter number 3, we will study these three. We will study public sector because private sector we cover up in chapter 2. So chapter 3 is for these: departmental undertaking, statutory corporation and government companies. See, Indian economy is divided in two parts. That's why Indian economy is known as mixed economy. Why mixed economy? Because public sector and private sector working together. What are the public sector then? Public sector means the organizations which are owned, controlled, managed, decision, financed by the government. Then private sector, organizations owned, controlled, managed, decisions, financed, everything by the individuals, like sole proprietorship, partnership, joint Hindu family, cooperative societies, companies, multinational corporations. These all are owned and controlled by private sector, my dear children. That's why we can say Indian economy is a mixed economy, because both the sectors are working together. Public sector as well as private sector. Our economy is the combination of these two. So public sector means owned, controlled, managed, operated, decision by the government. You can see the slide. Like railways. Who control the railways? Government. Okay. Yes, RBI, army, finance sector, those currency issue, all the confidential and that important matters are under the hands of the government, which is public sector. Now, what is private sector then? We studied in chapter 2. Yes, sole proprietor by one person, partnership, two or more than two, joint Hindu family, by karta, cooperative means working together, company accounts, joint stock company, two types basically private and public, new concept, one person company, multinational company means global organization. I will explain you this topic in other chapter. Now, see, first of all, we discuss this one. Now, private sector. Firms owned and controlled and managed by private businessmen. Yes, which we already discussed. Now, our today's topic is, note down children, public sector enterprises. Note down please. Enterprises owned and managed by central government or state government or by both, like railway, LIC, post office, army, police, government hospital, government schools, all are owned, managed, controlled by the central government or state government or by both. Clear? Got it? Yes. Now, all the organizations which are owned, managed by central government, maybe state government, maybe by both, like railways, owned by central government. Yes. Post offices. Next is forms of public sector. Note down, please. Departmental undertakings, DU, statutory corporations, SC, or you can say public corporation, but the term which is given in the NCERT is statutory corporations, and third is government company. Now, my dear children, if you want to note down the example, you can. Departmental undertaking, the example is Post and Telegraph. Statutory corporation, the example is RBI, and the government company, the example is Indian Telephone Industry Limited, ITI. Then one by one I will tell you. Okay, so first is DU. First is DU. Note down. DU is the undertaking which is created by the government, financed and controlled by the government, managed by the government, under the control of a ministry. Under the control of a ministry. You can underline one keyword, control of a ministry. This is the major keyword, ministry or minister. This is the main keyword, we can say. Departmental undertakings are working under the ministry. Some concerned ministry. Manav Jain, please note down the notes. In simple words, we can learn by this way. Finance controlled, managed by the government and under the control of specific ministry. Examples of DU. Doordarshan is under the control of ministry. Yes. Post and Telegraph, Indian Railway, All India Radio. These are the examples of DU. The best example of DU is Indian Railways. Yes. Zee News is the example of departmental undertaking? No. That is under the private hands. Yes. You can note down the example. Then features of undertaking. First is funding. Who provide them funds? Who give them finance? Yes, railway. Example, railway budget. So funding is through budget. First point, funding. It is through budget. Funding is through budget. Second point, audit and control. See, departmental undertakings are always audit and controlled by the government auditors. This is necessary to do the audit and control the organization. Always by government auditors. All government organizations are audit and controlled by government. Then third, employees. Employees are government servants. See, those employees who are working in railways, in post offices, in Doordarshan, all are government employees. Whether central government or state government, but they are government employees. They are known as government servants. Okay. Then control. Departmental undertakings are direct under the control of concerned ministry. Direct. Like railway is under railway ministry. Okay. Like Akashvani and Doordarshan is under the broadcasting and communication ministry. So all departmental undertakings are under the control of concerned ministry. Accountability. Departmental undertakings are always answerable or accountable to the ministry and the department of that or government. So for their workings, they are always answerable. They are answerable to the ministers, to the government. Okay. So today we discuss departmental undertaking. Departmental undertakings are created by the government, under the control of the government, finance managed by the government officials, and they are under the control of the concerned minister and ministry. Yes. Who is the minister for railways? Central minister. Example of departmental undertakings are All India Radio, Doordarshan, Post and Telegraph Department. We can say department, Indian Railway Department. That's why it is known as departmental undertaking. And they all are answerable to their department ministers, their government ministry. Features, funding, they get finance through budget, audit and control are through government auditors. It is necessary to do the audit and control. All employees are government employees. See, whether they are working in All India Radio, Doordarshan, Post and Telegraph, Railways, they all are termed as employees of the government. Government will pay them salary. Then control, all are under the direct control of the concerned ministry. Ministry will control them. Accountable, they are answerable to the ministry and the government. If anything happens wrong, they all are answerable to the government. and to the concerned ministry. Like for any problem or complaint in railways, the railway minister is responsible for that. He is answerable, he is accountable. Okay, I'm sure you all must understood. Yes, so today our today's topic is private, public and global enterprises, chapter number 3. So chapter number 3, first of all, I have to explain you. Children, look at the board. Yes. Private, public and global enterprises. Say private enterprises. Yes, chapter 2. Give me the names of private enterprises. Yes. Sole proprietorship, partnership, HUF, cooperative, company, joint stock company, or we can say multinational company. Multinational companies means global enterprises. These all are private sector, private organizations. Yes, Chirag, what are you doing, beta? Chirag Vijay, what are you doing? Sole proprietor, partnership, HUF, company, cooperative societies, company organization, and MNCs or global enterprises, multinational companies. Now we are on this chapter. This is public enterprises. Public enterprises means DU, SC, GC. DU means departmental undertaking. Departmental undertaking means under the ministry, concerned ministry. SC means statutory corporation. The new term is for that is public corporation. But in the books that is given, SC means statutory corporation. And the last is GC. GC means government companies. So today I explain you DU. DU means the government organization which is formed by the government, control, own, finance, decision by the government, but under some ministry like railways, yes, Doordarshan, Post and Telegraph Department. They work under some ministry, department. That's why it is known as departmental undertaking. Okay, they work under some department. And then next I will explain you these two. Okay.